Yum! These are heaps better. Thank you, Darren.
You're welcome.
What is that?
Darren enhanced your sandwiches. They're much better now. The Mario mini-series is in its 5th installment now with this downloadable title, Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move.
Here we are.
Oh, I'm sorry. This one's just for me.
They're for Hex.
No, you can have a little bit. No.
Negative.
Oh, you broke. In the past, Mario and Donkey Kong have gone head-to-head over these adorable miniatures, but now they've teamed up to solve puzzles and collect shiny stars.
Your mission is to create paths to guide miniature robots across a grid full of dangers. Robot characters.
In all 4 play modes, the touchscreen is where you'll be staring 95% of the time. The screen is set up with the grid on the left and the play tiles on the right. Mario's main event is, well, the main event, and it has a nice Tetris twist. Random tiles drop into play, and you drag and drop these pieces onto the play grid. Collecting 3 M coins on the map will score you a perfect round.
Grabbing those coins on the way to the finish line involves quite a bit of strategy. It's pretty easy to run yourself into a corner with a couple of poorly placed tiles, and if you run out of time or your standby tiles overflow or you fail to create a safe path, it's game over.
In most levels, your main concern is time, but you can speed your mini along with a little nudge. And touching the next tile in the queue will make it become playable quicker. Creating circles or figure eights will trigger a mini-game where the path rises and spawns collectible time bonuses. Then it's a tap-a-thon to snap them all up before the mini-game ends.
A common complaint about the earlier games is that they were a bit too simple, but that's not the case here. Even with my computational power, it took me almost 2 whole seconds to solve the harder levels. That's about 6 years of processing for a human brain.
Yeah, they can get pretty tricky, but it's not in a frustrating way. New items and obstacles are introduced one at a time so you get a clear understanding of how they work. Rotating tiles, spring pads, dead ends, and bashable enemies change the way you approach a level.
There are 3 other modes which are slight variations on the main event. My favourite is Puzzle Palace, which abandons randomly spawning tiles and instead gives you the exact pieces you need to perfect a level. While that does sound a bit easier, it in fact offers a new challenge because it limits the variety of tiles that the player can access.
In Mini Mayhem, you need to wrangle multiple minis to ensure that they all arrive at the endpoint safely. All of the tiles you need are already in the play space, but you need to shift them around to catch your minis as they go.
And finally, there are 3 Jungle Giant maps, which incorporate everything you've learned on a much larger play space. I thought these were a bit too tough. I prefer the relaxed challenge of the minigames.
Yes, there are 4 minigames, which are slingshotting, crank-turning, score chasers. These are a really nice change of pace, I thought, and a pretty generous addition on top of the 180 main levels. I mean, there's certainly no shortage of game here.
Well, actually, Hex, there's effectively infinite content thanks to the game's level creator. Players can use the simple creation tool to generate new levels and share them online, where other players can download them and rate them.
For an inexpensive downloadable title, I think you get quite a lot for this game, so I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Yeah, I loved it too, and it's great to hear that familiar "let's go" once again, so I'm giving it 8.
Charles Martinet.
Ah, yes, the voice of Mario.
I've interviewed him.
What? When?
Kerry, roll the tape.